Annyeong Buzz! What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is Annyeong Buzz, where we don't just read K-pop news. We talk about what it really means, how it affects the artists we love, and what it says about fandom culture today. And today's topic is serious, uncomfortable, but extremely important for every once. And honestly, for every K-pop fan in general. So let's talk about TWICE and the recent announcement from JYP Entertainment that has sparked a lot of discussion online. JYP officially stated that some fans have been invading TWICE's privacy to the point where legal action is now being considered. Yes, legal action. This isn't a vague warning anymore. This is a line being drawn. According to JYP, there have been repeated incidents where individuals follow TWICE during personal and private schedules, not official schedules, not concerts, not fan events, personal time, vacations, visits to their homes, even situations involving family members and acquaintances traveling with them. There were reports of unauthorized filming, repeated attempts to start conversations, and even interference with the members' movement and travel paths, especially during overseas schedules. Let me pause here and say this clearly. This is not being a passionate fan. This is not support. This is not love. This is intrusion. JYP emphasized that these behaviors are causing serious psychological stress and emotional burden to the members. And if you really think about it, how could it not? Imagine being constantly watched, filmed, followed, even when you're trying to rest, eat, or spend time with family. Imagine not knowing whether the person walking behind you is just a stranger, or someone who thinks they have the right to your personal life because they bought an album. As someone who's followed TWICE for years, this honestly made me feel angry and sad at the same time. Angry because this keeps happening despite so many warnings across the industry. Sad because TWICE, out of all groups, have always been known for their warmth, kindness, and appreciation toward fans. They give so much of themselves on stage, in content, in music, and yet, even that isn't enough for some people. GP also mentioned safety concerns, especially with how frequently TWICE travels overseas. And this part really hit me. Airports, hotels, foreign countries, unfamiliar environments. These are already stressful situations even for regular people. For idols, it's multiplied by 10. One wrong situation, one aggressive individual, one unsafe encounter, and things could turn dangerous very quickly. The company made it clear that if these actions continue or are repeated, they will take necessary measures to protect the artists. And that includes legal steps. They also asked fans for mature consideration and cooperation, saying they will do everything possible to ensure TWICE can continue their activities and rest in a stable environment. Now here's where I want to open this up for discussion because I know opinions will vary. Some people online are saying, well, this is just a small group of fans. Most onces are respectful. And I agree. The majority of the fandom is not the problem. Most fans support TWICE from a healthy distance, stream their music, attend concerts respectfully, and understand boundaries. But here's the uncomfortable truth. A small group can still cause massive harm. And another thing I've seen people say is, idols chose this life, so privacy is part of the sacrifice. I strongly disagree with that. Choosing to be a public figure does not mean giving up basic human rights. Privacy is not a luxury. Safety is not optional. No job description includes being stalked or filmed in your own home. This situation also forces us to talk about the fine line between fandom culture and entitlement. Somewhere along the way, some fans started confusing access with ownership. They feel like because they support an artist financially or emotionally, they are owed something more. A photo, a reaction, a conversation, a moment. But that mindset is dangerous. TWICE doesn't belong to us. Their time off doesn't belong to us. Their families do not belong to us. I also want to point out something else that doesn't get talked about enough. When fans cross these lines, it doesn't just affect the members mentally. It changes how companies operate. It leads to tighter security, fewer public interactions, more distance between idols and fans in general. So in the end, everyone loses. And honestly, I respect JYP for making this statement public. Some companies prefer to quietly handle these things behind the scenes, but making it public sends a message. Not just to the people involved, but to the entire fandom. This is serious, this is not tolerated, and it shouldn't be. Now let's talk about timing. This announcement comes while Twice is still actively touring. They're set to continue their world tour This Is 4, with an upcoming stop at Rogers Arena in Vancouver next month. Think about that. They're performing night after night, traveling across countries, giving fans unforgettable experiences. And yet at the same time, they're dealing with stress that shouldn't even exist. It makes me wonder how many times idols smile on stage while carrying anxiety off stage. How many moments we never see? How many warnings had to be ignored before it reached this point? Here's my personal opinion. Legal action is not too harsh. It's overdue. Warnings alone clearly haven't worked. Polite requests haven't worked. And when someone's mental health and safety are on the line, stronger measures are necessary. Protecting artists should never be controversial. But I also think this is a moment for self-reflection within fandoms. Not just onces, but all K-pop fans. We need to call out this behavior when we see it. Stop normalizing leaked photos, stalker videos, or lucky encounters that clearly happen during private schedules. If we consume that content, we indirectly encourage it. Let me ask you something, and I really want you to answer honestly in the comments. Where do you personally draw the line as a fan? Is it okay to film at airports? Is it okay to wait outside hotels? Is it okay to follow an idol's private schedule if it's by accident? I want to know what you think, because these conversations matter. Another question I want to throw out there. Do you think companies should be even stricter from the start, or is fandom education more important than punishment? Or do we need both? For me, it's both. Clear rules, clear consequences, and a culture that values respect over access. Twice has given us over a decade of music, performances, laughter, and emotional connection. The least they deserve is the right to live like normal human beings when the cameras are supposed to be off. At the end of the day, being a true fan means protecting the people you love, even if that means stepping back. Supporting doesn't mean getting closer physically. Sometimes it means knowing when to stay away. I really hope this situation becomes a turning point, not just for Twice, but for the industry as a whole. Because idols shouldn't have to ask for basic respect, and companies shouldn't have to threaten legal action just to keep their artists safe. Now I want to hear from you. Do you support JYP's decision to potentially take legal action? Do you think this will actually stop the behavior? And what responsibility do you think fans have in preventing situations like this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it respectfully, because this affects the future of fandom culture itself. If you found this discussion meaningful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts, because conversations like this deserve attention. This is Young Buzz, and I'll see you in the next one.